Hello everybody! Well, isn't this great? We're all back in the Stay In. Yes, it's been over a year, and in that time a lot has changed, including every bit of technology that I've got around me here. So it is, it's been a bit interesting today, getting everything up and running. So hopefully you can all see me and hear me. As usual, just give me a big hello if you can hear me. Big thank you to Chris for the last minute webcam when mine wasn't working. Oh, wrong thing, still getting used to all the buttons that we have got on here. I was meant to be flashing up that. That was meant to flash up in the corner there, so yes. We are back for a one night only Stay In quiz. Yes, I have signed up to run the London Marathon this year, so I thought who better to help me out than all those people who kept me sane during lockdowns. Yes, as I've said on all the information that has gone out, you know, if you are able to donate, I know times are hard at the moment, I would be very, very grateful, and I know some of you already have, so thank you very much everyone who has. The link is flying above my head right now, hopefully. justgiving.com/fundraising/M David London Marathon. So yes, thank you to everyone who has given. No pressure to if you do not feel you can do. But yeah, let's just all have a fun quiz while we are here. I've seen lots of messages come in while I've been chatting away there. So it's so great to see so many familiar names coming in. So hi, Colin, I've seen you on there. We've got Simon and Mal, Mum and Dad are on there. Hi, Katie, Roger, Danny. Loads of names. I'm sure others have flown past me. Vicky, I saw your name going past, didn't I? Did I see three's a crowd in the house, I think, flashing up? Yeah, so loads of familiar names, which is amazing. Thank you all for coming back after a year and still supporting the Stay In. So, yes, thank you very much. Yeah, how's tonight's quiz going to work? Well, if you can remember, it is 2 rounds. I'll put a picture round up during the break, and then we shall have another picture round at the end. The picture round is on the Scuizzes Facebook page, for those of you who know it. If not, you will have 10 charities to have a look at, and can you name the charities? They will flash up during the break for anyone who cannot access the Facebook page. So if I take those down, oh, how rude of me! How absolute rude of me! I forgot to say, who are you, and what are you drinking? See, I've forgotten all the patter after a year, haven't I? So, yeah, what are you drinking this evening? I had a little trip up to Launceston the other day. I went up to Firebrand Brewery. So I've got some Beast of Bodmin. That's what I'm drinking tonight, and a few other drinks from Firebrand. It was meant to be renewing a driver's license, but the post office has stopped doing it, so I went to brewery instead, and you know, why not? After all. Yeah, so let's see, what have we got coming in for our drinks this evening? Tonight's rounds, we're going to start off with a round all about the Queen, seeing as her big day is coming up very soon, and then we're going to have a bit of a mixed bag round after that with a little conundrum, shall we say, where you have to do a bit of spelling at the end. So yeah, drinks coming in. Danny's on the Thatchers. We got Matt and Lisa are here. Thank you for joining us. What's that? Drinking Summer Lightning. Very nice. And Gordon might be joining us. Okay. Oh, Mom's on the coffee. There you go. Already been on the gin. Wow. We got some G&T Speckled Hands. Oh, lots of lovely drinks flying in. This is why we like to Stay In. You can drink whatever you like, can't you, at the Stay In? yeah, quite nervous about this because we haven't done it for so long. So I've been doing it in a pub all year. Thank you to anyone who has been coming to the Market Inn and has been having fun at our sellout quizzes twice a month, which has been absolutely brilliant to see people back in a pub and having a waiting list each month. It's amazing. So I think I've talked quite long enough. I know I'm going to be talking all evening anyway, but shall we begin a bit of a quiz? Strawberry vodka. Very nice. Yeah, shall we begin a quiz? Starting with our Queen Elizabeth II round. As usual, please let me know when you are ready to begin. Of course, we know here at the Stay-In, the winner is whoever has had the most fun. That usually comes down to how much you have been drinking. Evening, Alex. Yeah, that's fine if you don't know any protocol. We welcome first timers here, and it's good to see you joining in. Yeah, bedtime for feet. Yeah, I know. I've just done bedtime myself. Regulars at the Stay-In will know what it's like. Sometimes we get disturbances from just above me there when kids aren't quite settled. We've also had disturbances from the dog in the past, haven't we? But there you go. All ready. So let's stop chatting. I can see a ready coming through. There seems to be quite a delay this evening, but we'll go with it. No apps, no, it's just all pen and paper. We're old school here at the Stay-In. Just write some answers down, mark it yourself, have some fun and have some drinks. That is all that I am concerned about. Right, 10 questions on Queen Elizabeth II. Let's give it a go. So, round 1. Question 1 in the Stay-In this evening is: in which African country was the Queen when she heard of her father's death? So in which African country was the Queen when she heard of her father's death? Question number 2. Where did the Queen get married to Prince Philip? Where did the Queen get married to Prince Philip? The picture out on Facebook should be on the normal Scuizzes page. I can't get that up at the moment. I think I had set it to go live. Maybe it hasn't gone live yet. I will try and double check that in between rounds for you. So, where did the Queen get married to Prince Philip? Question number 3 this evening. How many children does the Queen have? How many children does the Queen have? I just had a quick check. The picture is showing on mine, so I might have only just gone live or something. Question 4. On which Mediterranean island did the Queen and Prince Philip live during their early days of married life? Question 4. On which Mediterranean island did the Queen and Prince Philip spend the early days of their married life? Thank you, Alex, for spotting it's just gone live. Question number 5. What was the Queen's childhood nickname? What was the Queen's childhood nickname? Question 6. What is the Queen's official residence in Scotland? What is the Queen's official residence in Scotland? Hopefully I'm not going too quickly or too slowly. I have to do timing slightly differently online to face-to-face. Question number 7. In which square on a Monopoly board was the Queen born? Obviously she wasn't really born on a Monopoly board, but on which square on a Monopoly board was the Queen born? Question 8. What is the name of the Queen's oldest great-grandchild? So what is the name of the Queen's oldest great-grandchild? Question 9, another one about a royal residence for you. At which royal residence does the Queen traditionally spend her Christmases? At which royal residence does the Queen traditionally spend her Christmases? And your final question of the first round this evening for you Scuizzes, it is, which foreign language does the Queen speak fluently? Which foreign language does the Queen speak fluently? There we go, we seem to have flown through that first round this evening. So at the end of the first round, this is the time where I traditionally say thank you to my test teams who have a look through the quiz before we start, just to check it all makes sense and iron out any little errors. So thank you to them. For those of you who are doing the marketing quiz next week, it has got a Jubilee theme, so it's a bit of an extended quiz. We've got 70 questions for 70 years on Wednesday night, so I shall look forward to seeing at least some of you who are here tonight in the stay-in. I'll see you in person on Wednesday night. So our second round tonight, it's a bit of a mixed bag. So you've got 9 general knowledge questions, and if you get them all right, the first letters can be rearranged to create the name of a Disney film. So that's why it's a conundrum or an anagram, depending whether you watch Countdown or not. So 9 general knowledge questions, and then a conundrum. So I've just seen a repeat coming in. The screen's gone a bit blurry. Hang on, I'm going to put my head closer. Missed question 1. Question 1. In which African country was the Queen when she heard of her father's death? There you go, Claire. I think that says 1. My screen's gone all blurry. Anyway, round 2. Mixed bag, as I said, and then that little anagram / conundrum at the end. So, question number 1. So Google is the world's most used search engine, but what is the second most used search engine in the world? Oh, question 10 for you, Katie. Which foreign language does the Queen speak fluently? So round 2, question 1. What is the second most used search engine in the world? Question 2. The adjective hepatic relates to what organ of the human body? The adjective hepatic relates to what organ of the human body? That's H-E-P-A-T-I-C. Question number 3. Who do Birmingham City play in the Birmingham Derby? Who do Birmingham City play in the Birmingham Derby? There you go, that's a child banging around upstairs. Question number 4. What is the first name of Mr. Scrooge in Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol? Question 4. What is the first name of Mr. Scrooge in Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol? Oh, I've just lost the chat for a second. Always used to do that, didn't it? Hopefully it'll come back on. Question number 5. There are 2 countries in the world that begin with the word the. So it is the Bahamas and the what? So there are 2 countries in the world which begin with the word the. The Bahamas and the what? Okay, my chat's back up. Alex, you want to repeat, but I believe Claire has already done it for you. It was the first one about the search engine. So thank you, Claire. Question number 6. I'm going to give you a song lyric. I'd like to know, from what song does this lyric come? Okay. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. From what song do those lyrics come? It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. Sort out that little issue, hopefully. Number 7. Coming from the crocus flower, what is the most expensive spice in the world? So coming from the crocus flower, what is the most expensive spice in the world? Question number 8 this evening. Well, not this evening. It's 18 for this evening, isn't it? Question number 8 in this round. The second largest city in Morocco shares its name with an item of clothing. What is it? So the second largest city in Morocco shares its name with an item of clothing. What is it? Note from test team coming through. I can see it on my screen. I'm being very specific on this item of clothing. So I'm not just saying a generic thing like shoe. It's a very specific item. Question number 9 in this round. Our current Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, is the MP for which constituency? So current Prime Minister Boris Johnson is the MP for which constituency? So, you should have now 9 letters. If you rearrange these, you should, hopefully, get yourself a Disney film. So, Disney animated film. Can you make the name of a Disney animated film from the 9 first letters there? So that is your final question. If in doubt, find a Disney film that has 9 letters in its title and try and fit everything in. So I'm just going to chat randomly for a few minutes just in case any repeats come in before we go to the break. Yeah, it's like I said, great to have so many people back in the Stay In this evening. It all feels very, very strange. I got so used to doing this over lockdowns, and it was a bit of a panic earlier trying to get all the technology to work once again. I think we're there, so thank you for bearing with me a little bit if it hasn't worked quite as well as it used to. I know my eye lines are probably all over the place because my camera has moved. I've got a different screen and everything. But yeah, hopefully you're all having fun, which is what we like here in the Stay In. Just a reminder, I have got my Just Giving link up on the top of the screen there, just floating above my head. For Bowel Cancer UK, it's a tremendous charity. Does great work in research towards bowel cancer. It's a very personal charity to me because we've had many instances of bowel cancer in the family. From my father-in-law, granddad. To be honest, it's actually easier to list the people who have not been affected by bowel cancer. And those of you who've read the Just Giving page will know that we've got a genetic trait in the family, which means that I'm at a higher risk of developing bowel cancer. Luckily I've had the all clear only a week or so ago. Had my latest check, so I haven't developed anything yet, but I know that the work that Bowel Cancer UK do, is highly likely that I or one of the members of my family will benefit from that research. So if you can, even find a small bit of money to donate, I would be most grateful, and I will, yes, be grateful for anything that you can give. I had said, hadn't I, in the email that went round, if you were going to head out tonight but have stayed in to do this, just donate the price of a drink or something would be amazing. So yes, thank you everyone who has donated. I have seen a couple more have come in during the quiz. So yes, that's the end of my little spiel. We're going to have a quick break as always. This is your time to visit the bar at the Stay In. I've managed to pace myself very nicely. Top up your drink, go and use the facilities. We used to go and chat up the barmaid at the Stay In, didn't we, every now and again, whoever that may be. So yes, we'll do about 10 minutes or so to give yourself a chance to do all of that. In that time, I'll flash up your 10 charities for you to have a go at naming for your picture round. And then I shall speak to you in about 10 minutes or so when I've got myself a new drink. So yes, I will talk to you all soon. Okay, I've come back a minute or so late from the bar. Had a bit of a beer explosion. Obviously, it's shaken around those cans a little bit much in the car on the way home the other night. So my beer is, yeah, a little bit all over the place. But hey ho, there you go. There's my beer. Yeah, that's a lot better than it was a minute ago when it went all over the place. But yeah, so apparently the quiz is quite hard this evening. Oh dear. This is where if you're having fun, then the winners comes in. It really comes to the fore. So yeah, we'll do the answers to those first 2 rounds in just a moment. Thank you once again to everyone who has been donating during the break. As I said, really appreciate it. Yeah, I've seen a few more come in, so thank you. We'll do the answers in a moment. Just going to talk for a little bit to make sure everyone's back in the room. Yes, a big head there, Malcolm. Yes, it's like my big bottom from before. Yeah, I haven't got that glass out tonight, actually. Yeah, so we'll do the answers to the first 2 rounds, and then your next 2 rounds you've got a connections round, and then you've also got a Eurovision round. Nice and topical, aren't we, at the moment? So yes, just let my head settle up a little bit. Let's do some answers, shall we, to those first 2 rounds. Alright, it's round 2. Hang on. So yes, that's round 2. So round number 1. Here you go. Let's split over a few pages there. Here we go. Okay, so round 1, question 1. So the Queen was in Kenya when she learnt of her father's death. Question 2, the Queen married Prince Philip in Westminster Abbey. Number 3, the Queen has 4 children. Question 4, the Queen and Prince Philip lived on Malta during the early days of their married life. So Malta, question number 4. Question number 5, the Queen's childhood nickname was Lilibet. Question 6, the Queen's official residence in Scotland is Holyrood House. Question 7, on a Monopoly board, the Queen would have been born in Mayfair. 8, the Queen's oldest great-grandchild is Savannah Phillips. 9, the Queen usually spends Christmas at Sandringham. And finally, question 10, the Queen apparently speaks French fluently. So those were your first few questions. Round number 2 was a bit of a mixed bag. Round 2, question number 1. The second most used search engine in the world is Bing. 2, hepatic refers to the liver. 3, Birmingham City play against Aston Villa in the Birmingham Derby. 4, Mr. Scrooge's first name is Ebenezer. Question 5, the other country with the in is the Gambia. Gambia is your answer there. 6, it's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. That is from the song Ironic by Alanis Morissette. And most of the things mentioned in the song are not ironic at all. But there you go, that's another discussion. Question 7, the most expensive spice in the world is saffron. 8, the second largest city in Morocco shares the name with the item of clothing is Fez. Fez, of course, being a hat. And then question number 9, Boris Johnson is the MP for Uxbridge. Uxbridge. So you would then have the letters, hopefully, B, L, A, E, G, I, S, F, and U. You can rearrange that into A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life. That would be your answer there. Well done if you got that this evening. So I'm just going to quickly have a little bit of my drink now it's settled. If you want to put a score in the comments, you can do so. See how well we are doing, or not well, judging by the comments that I have seen coming through. It's all a bit of fun, isn't it? I know some of us are out of practice. So yeah, it's just about having fun, so cheers. Oh, that's a nice beer. So as I said there, the next two rounds, rounds 3 and 4, you've got a Eurovision round, and then we'll finish up with a connections round. Okay, once again, thank you to the test teams for helping me out, passing judgment on what we've done and changing a few questions and wording and so like. So we got our first scores coming in. We've got quite a few 14s coming in. All very close. That's good. We like close. We like close. We've got 11s, 12s. We've got 7. Oh, that's just on round 2 there coming in, Alex. So we've got lots of different scores coming in. Hang on. Message the email in 0. Oh, okay. 0. Oh dear. Oh well. As long as you're having fun. Okay, so we've got 16s, 13s. There you go. Right, let's crack on, shall we? Yeah, very close scores, so yeah, something to play for. So round number 3 is a Eurovision round. It was Eurovision on, it was just Saturday gone, wasn't it? So yes, lots of excitement. Some of us could dream for a few minutes, shall we say, thinking that the impossible was going to happen. But there we go. Yeah, it was a bit of fun, wasn't it? So, oh no, that's the wrong round. Question number 1. So, Eurovision on Saturday. Question number 1 was held in Italy, but I would like to know in which Italian city was this year's Eurovision Song Contest held? I'm sure that some of the regulars here will have second guessed. I know we might have had a Eurovision round, as soon as we like to be topical. Question number 2. So as mentioned, Sam Ryder did rather well for the UK this year and finished 2nd, which was our highest position since 1997. What was the name of his song? So what was the name of Sam Ryder's song? This year's Eurovision entry. Actually, he was number 2 in the official singles chart this week as well. So he scored 2 number 2s this week. So what's the name of Sam Ryder's song in Eurovision? Let's take that off. So question number 3 this evening. So I said it was our best position since 1997, which was the last time that we actually won Eurovision. So I would like to know which was the last UK act to win Eurovision. So which was the last UK act to win Eurovision? I'm sure, Graham, you can sing us every word of that song. Where are we? Question number 4. Which country did Celine Dion represent in the Eurovision Song Contest? Not this year, many years But which country did Celine Dion once represent in the Eurovision Song Contest? I'm hoping the stream didn't drop there for you. Oh, I just got an error message. Question number 5. Who is the most successful country in Eurovision history? So who's the most successful country in Eurovision history? Question number 6. So Eurovision now has semi-finals to see who goes through to the grand final. And the United Kingdom is one of 5 nations who do not have to go through the semi-final stage. Can you name one of the other 5 nations who does not have to qualify for the grand final? The UK is one of 5 nations who does not have to qualify via the semi-finals. Can you name one of the other nations who does not have to go through the semi-finals? Okay. I'm getting a bit worried by this. I'm getting a lot of error messages. This happened in one quiz before and it didn't affect any of you guys, so hopefully we're alright. So question number 7. In 2006, the heavy metal band Lordi, who dressed as monsters, won the Eurovision Song Contest. But which country did they represent? In 2006, heavy metal band Lordi, who dressed as monsters, won the Eurovision Song Contest. But which country did they represent? There you go, it's all good. Yeah, seems to be working for everyone, it's just my end. Hopefully I clicked everything in time to stop it going down. Question 8. Which city has hosted the Eurovision Song Contest more times than any other? So which city has hosted the Eurovision Song Contest more times than any other? Particularly the 1990s. Actually, little clue there. Which city has hosted the Eurovision Song Contest more than any other? This was particularly in the 1990s. Question number 9. So, over the last few years, Australia have been competing in the Eurovision Song Contest. But back in the 80s, there was a North African country who competed. So I'd like to know which North African country competed in Eurovision in the 1980s? I can't remember the year, but it was just 1 year. So which North African country once competed in the Eurovision Song Contest? And then you can't talk about Eurovision without talking about Father Ted. In the Song for Europe episode of Father Ted, Ted and Dougal entered the song contest with a song all about what creature? So Father Ted and Dougal entered the song contest with a song all about what creature? I bet some of you are singing it right now. Right, so that is our Eurovision round done and dusted. I'm going to move on to a connections round in just a second. Now, lots of you will have done connections round with me in the past. So it is quite simple. 10 questions. The first 9 are a potluck, a bit like they were in round 2. And then the 10th question is what links all of your answers together. So there is a common theme between all of your answers. So that is your question 10. Go on, Father. Yes, Chris. Yeah, I always end up watching Father Ted just after Eurovision. Go on, go on, go on, go on. So, right. Round number 4, the connections round. So I'm looking for a connection between these answers and a mixed bag. So, question number 1. Which actress first appeared as a 4-year-old in a Fairy Liquid advert before appearing in Quadrophenia and being best remembered for her role in Men Behaving Badly? So, which actress first appeared as a 4-year-old in a Fairy Liquid advert before appearing in Quadrophenia and being best remembered for her role in Men Behaving Badly? Question number 2 in this connections round. What duet by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder reached number 1 in the singles chart? So which duet by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder reached number 1 in the singles chart? Number 3, a little bit of a nod to our last round. Graham Norton, host of Eurovision. So Graham Norton and footballer Roy Keane both hail from which Irish city? Graham Norton and Roy Keane both hail from which Irish city? Question 4. So I always like to slip in a bit of a Welsh connection here and there, don't I? So, which Tory MP was ridiculed for his failed attempts at singing the Welsh national anthem during his time as Welsh Secretary? So, which Tory MP was ridiculed for his failed attempts at singing the Welsh national anthem during his time as Welsh Secretary? Question number 5. Which slightly unusual name did Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow call their first child? So which unusual name did Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow call their first child? Daughter, I guess. So, daughter. Question 6. In football, what term is used to describe kicking the ball between an opponent's legs? In football, what term is used to describe kicking the ball between an opponent's legs? Hello Graham, you're on the chat at last. You definitely are a royalist, 10 out of 10 there, well done. Question 7 in your connections round. In which series of horror films does Freddy Krueger appear? In which series of horror films does Freddy Krueger appear? Question number 8. Which Archbishop of Canterbury officiated... excuse me. Which Archbishop... Sorry. Try a third time. Which Archbishop of Canterbury officiated the marriage of Prince William and Kate Middleton? Which Archbishop of Canterbury officiated the marriage of Prince William and Kate Middleton? I forgot to get my glass of water handy. My mouth's getting quite dry now. See, I'm not used to it. In the pub I just get handed things. And finally, not finally, but your final kind of general knowledge question in this round, question number 9. What appears in the centre of the Canadian flag? What appears in the centre of the Canadian flag? So that brings us to an end of those general knowledge questions, and question 10 is, what is the link between all of those answers? Okay, so what is the link between all of those answers? There is your 10th question in that round. Hopefully some of you spotted the connection, and that may help you fill in any gaps earlier on. Will I be doing this every week till the marathon? I'm afraid not, Mum and Dad. No, I haven't ruled out doing another one at some point before the marathon. But yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of time between then and now, isn't there? But yeah, now that lockdown is ended, I don't have time to write quizzes every week. What is this? Questions 4 and 5 again. Question 4. I'll take it that's for this round, Simon. So question 4 was, which Tory MP was ridiculed for his failed attempts at singing the Welsh national anthem during his time as Welsh Secretary? And question 5 is, what slightly unusual name did Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow give their first child, or give their daughter? So that is your question for this evening. I think we're just about on time to what we normally used to aim for. So yeah, I seem to have slipped back into it quite nicely. Just loading up, because we're going to have another quick break in a moment. I'm just going to say thank you so much for all the donations that have been coming in. It's up to £480 as of this moment. A few bits came in beforehand, I think, so yes. Can we get it to 500 by the end of the quiz? That would just make my day totally and utterly if we could just tip over the 500 by the end of the quiz. So 20 of you donating £1 each would get us there. Yes, so thank you everyone who is donating. Somebody said something about a time. I've had a few messages about time. What am I aiming for? I've never run a marathon before, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm aiming for. 3.5 to 4 is my estimate at the moment, but we'll see how the training goes. That's what my half marathon times sort of suggest, but I know I'm not as strong as I was when I did those half marathons. So yes, we shall see. But yeah, I'll keep people updated as to how I'm going. But yes, where are we? We're going to have a quick break because my glass is empty and I need another beer. I've got something a little bit different for the answers. So I'll have a break for about 5 minutes or so, maybe just over 5 minutes or so. So you can go to the bar, chat up the virtual barmaid, use the facilities, pop outside, do whatever you need to do. And finalise any answers, and I shall pop up those charity logos. Here they come, and I shall speak to you again in, like I said, just over 5 minutes. I hope you're all having fun. Okay, so I'm just coming back. So I'll just leave those charity pictures up just for another minute or so. I'll get the answers to that loaded up. I've got to say, Scuizzes, you are amazing. You have tipped over the 500 mark for me. Thank you very much. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. So yes, excellent news, and I am all yes. That has absolutely made my day to be back here, quizzing you, sat in a room all by myself, talking to a camera as if I've gone mad, and having all of you people just joining me and making my Friday evening. So thank you for all that. I can see that. Simon and Alex, you have helped out Danny. That's what's brilliant about this day, and everyone just mucks in and helps each other out, don't they? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going to put my ugly mug back on for you. Yeah, so I actually have really missed this. It was such a big part of my lockdown. You know, it really did keep me going throughout lockdown. Coming to this day in every Friday evening. I'm just getting to know all of you guys virtually. I know some people are new tonight, which is amazing. Thank you. Yeah, so I've slipped back into it quite nicely, actually. So yeah, it's been amazing, and thank you all for donating. Shall we do some answers then? Let's do some answers. So we'll do the charities first, because I've got to flash that up on the screen for you. So you had 10 charity logos to have a look at. I'm just going to take those away, and your answers are coming up now. So here are your charities. On the top line you had Great Ormond Street, followed by Oxfam and then Cancer Research. Then it was British Heart Foundation, Barnardo's, RNLI and UNICEF. And on the bottom line you had Mind, Save the Children and the Dogs Trust. So those were your 10 charities, excuse me, that you had to name there. All absolutely amazing charities in their own rights. So yeah, brilliant if you got all of those 10 right. Just give you a moment before I take them back down. Yeah, I've just in that break looked at my phone and seen all the messages that came through. So thank you everyone who has sent me messages this evening. It's overwhelming. You know, I know I got a very emotional at the last quiz, but I'm feeling quite emotional now. All these messages that I'm getting. Anyway, I said I got something special to drink. So I don't know what this is like, but at Firebrand they had this mango and coconut milkshake IPA. So I thought I'd give it a go. A bit more expensive than the rest of them. This is what it looks like. Let's give it a taste, shall we? That does taste of mango. That's really nice, actually. Yeah, I love a nice beer, don't I? Anyway, let's do the answers to our next two rounds. So we had Eurovision was round 3, and then a Connections, which was round 4. I know some of my messages were like, yeah, Eurovision. So yeah, glad you enjoyed that one. Second half tends to be a bit easier, doesn't it? Hopefully it was anyway. So number 1, Eurovision was hosted in Turin this year. Number 2, Sam Ryder's song was called Spaceman. Number 3, the last UK winners of Eurovision was Katrina and the Waves with Love Shine a Light. I've still got that video saved with all my Scuizzes things, Graham, by the way. I was tricking you into singing it so we could sing you happy birthday. Question number 4. Celine Dion represented Switzerland. 5. The most successful Eurovision country is Ireland. 6. So there are 5 countries that get automatic entry into the grand final because of their viewing figures and how much money they put into Eurovision. So UK is 1. You could also have a point for Italy, France, Spain or Germany. So just one of those would get you a point. Italy, France, Spain or Germany. Number 7, in 2006, the heavy metal band Lordi, who dressed as monsters, they won. It was Hard Rock Hallelujah, I believe. And they represented Finland. It was a uni at the time, and I remember us all voting for them. So question 8. I got in trouble from my test team, sorry for this. The city that's hosted the Eurovision Song Contest more times than any other is Dublin. So if you got the most successful country, you should have got Dublin. Got told off for repeating it, but they let me keep it in. 9. The North African nation who once competed was Morocco. There's 4 African nations who are eligible because they're involved with the Eurovision television, whatever it is. But Morocco did compete once. And then finally, Father Ted. They had a song about a horse. My Lovely Horse. It was. Yes, so there you go, My Lovely Horse. Just a point for horse though, because that's what I asked. Well, definitely talking a bit more now I've had a few beers. Or I'm just warmed up to the screen again. Who knows? So round 4 was your connections round. So the actress who appeared in a Fairy Liquid advert, Quadrophenia, and then in Men Behaving Badly was Leslie Ash. The duet by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder was Ebony and Ivory. Null point. I wonder if no one did get null point on that. That would be a proper UK one, wouldn't it? Anyway, number 3. Graham Norton and Roy Keane both hail from Cork. 4. The Tory MP who could not sing the Welsh national anthem was John Redwood. 5. Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter was named Apple. 6. In football, kicking a ball between an opponent's legs is a nutmeg. 7. Freddy Krueger appears in Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 8. The Archbishop of Canterbury, who officiated at William and Kate's wedding, was Rowan Williams. 9. In the centre of the Canadian flag is a maple leaf. And then your connection between all of them was, of course, that they all linked to trees. They're all types of tree there. So there you go. Oh, Chris, 10 out of 10 in the Eurovision round. That's what I like to hear. I just love how awful Eurovision is. That's the thing about it, isn't it? Although since the semi-finals, a lot of the really bad acts that used to make it really good, they get knocked out early, which is a shame, really. But we did get some singing bananas, didn't we, this year? Yeah, I'm mumbling. So, when you would like to tot up your scores and put them in the chat, I would be most welcome. We can see how well you have done. But also, maybe, who has had the most fun? If we're going to have a winner on the fun front, who's had the most fun? So, yeah, what's your score this evening and how well have you done? Oh, Danny is straight in there, 38 out of 50. Well done. I always say, don't you, aim for half marks. Anything above half marks is doing well. Oh, chat's got... Oh, goodness. Chat's gone down just as you meant to be doing your scores. Okay. Let's load it back up. Okay, well, back up. Lots of scores coming in. Brilliant. Oh, well, Eurovision is not awful. Well, it's not. But it is in another sort of way. That's how I see it, anyway. Yeah, but I do watch it every year. So we got, what have we got? 43s, we got a 40 in there, we've got a 30. Nothing's ever not great, Alex. Just being here and having fun is what is great. Yeah, lots of 30s coming in, low 40s. Okay. There you go, 38 from Matt and Lisa, well done. Good to be, had so many messages about good to be back. Yeah, I know, it is, isn't it? 3 to crowd, 45, great score, well done. Mum and Dad are on a 38 there. So we've got loads around the kind of mid-30s to low 40s there, so well done everybody. And like I said, the winner is whoever's had the most fun. So we always end on a little tiebreaker, don't we? Just as a little bit of fun. So I have a tiebreaker. I've just seen your message, Chris, on the Just Giving Ghost sub 330. Oh, we shall see. We shall see. It's a long time off yet. We shall see. Yeah, 3:29:59. There we go. There you go. Claire has nailed the tree round. Excellent. Danny beat the Morgans. That has made my day. It really has. For those of you who don't remember, the Morgans always beat Danny. But well done, Danny. Love it. There you go. Right, so tie-break question. Is London Marathon based? So, in 2019, the London Marathon had more applicants in their ballot than any other year. So I would like to know how many people applied to run the London Marathon through the ballot in 2019. Okay, how many people applied to run the London Marathon through the ballot in 2019? Okay, there's about 17,000 places available through the ballot, I believe. Everything else is charities, club runners, etc., etc. The general public through the ballot, how many applied in 2019? So I'd like to know. I've never got in through the ballot, and then when I'm on the Bowel Cancer mailing list, they said, we've got a few places left, would you like one? So I jumped at the chance. So we shall see. Yeah, really looking forward to it, and Maddie and the kids are looking forward to a weekend away in London. And they've got loads of plans to get on with while I'm registering and then running around like a mad thing. Yeah, it'll be a good weekend for them, and like I said, raising money for a good cause, hopefully. And yeah, I can just see the donations pinging through now, so thank you so much. So we've got lots of answers coming through. 173,000 from Simon, up to 860,451 from Chris. Collins, what, 376,000 there. Lots of things in the middle. I think I've got about a minute delay from me speaking and getting to you, and me seeing your comments. So we've got, what have we got? 450,000, 500,000, 250,000. Lots of things. So I'm sure more are going to come through. So the actual answer was that there were 414,168 applicants. So 414,168 applicants. So we got quite a few close ones in there. Connor was quite close. It was 376. Matt and Lisa on 450,000 is a great shout. Well done. Three's a crowd on 397,000. I think is going to take it, unless something else pops up in the next few seconds. So yes, thank you for all your guesses. And while I'm thinking three's a crowd, thank you so much for all that. I love trying all that in North East beer. I made myself a little list, and I actually ordered some. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, it has been incredible to meet so many of you over the last year when you've been down in Cornwall visiting, or just because you live here anyway. Dad says good luck to Wrexham tomorrow. Yes, go Wrexham at Wembley for the FA Trophy final. Missed out on automatic promotion, but we're in Wembley for the trophy final, and then hopefully playoffs final in a couple of weeks as well. Mighty Wrexham on the march with Rob and Ryan. There you go. Yeah, so that brings us to an end of the Stay In quiz for this week. I can't remember what number it was, but our one-off special fundraising quiz. Thank you so much for joining me, whether it is your first time, whether it is your 50th time doing a quiz. You know, I hope to hear from you all soon. I'll keep you updated on how I am doing. And thank you so much for all your donations. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Keep an eye out for Rex and for Dad and me. I hope to see you all soon. And I'll just leave you with that message that I am running to save lives with bowel cancer. So thank you so much for this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. So thank you, good night, and North Star Palb, as Colin has just said. Thank you so much.